YouTube, what's good? Senju, back at it again with another video. So, do we speak about the transgressions of yesterday or do we speak about the transgressions of today? Apparently we have update 1.13.0. Now, I have no idea whether or not people are feeling good or bad about yesterday's Tico talk. However, from what I've been able to see, it's basically been an announcement of an announcement, which is what everybody else is saying. I've already watched the Tico talk, and I will tell you this, I'm not gonna jump down his throat. I obviously see that it is meant to be just a small little update and that they're going to have a bigger reveal on the 28th. However, apparently for today, there are patch notes. And this is set to go down tonight at 9:30 p.m., which is actually a little bit earlier than what their normal updates are. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into Throne and Liberty's update 1.13.0. So, as always, downtime will begin. It will run for about 6.5 hours. Apparently, there is a new event. So we have the event, the Lunar Celebration. Join the Lunar Celebration event after maintenance completes on January 23rd until start of maintenance on February the 5th for event-specific daily login rewards. So, it sounds like this is pretty much going to be the exact same thing that the Halloween event was, where we were able to log in and get daily rewards for the login, as well as the Christmas event where you were able to log in and get login rewards for the Christmas event. Will there be any dungeon bonuses? We'll have to go ahead and see later on in these patch notes. So, gather New Year coins from various activities and then exchange your spoils at the event store for unique loot, including a food coma emote, Fortune's Chosen title, and Wisdom Seeker profile frame. Which honestly, although these are kind of small, I do actually like having new profile frames because they are kind of hard to come by. Daily login rewards. Log in daily for rewards like event bait, blue snake scales, New Year coins, and New Year cards. Acquire blue snake scales and then interact with the cobra statue in each village to receive a lucky red envelope for solid. Okay. Now, New Year coins. New Year coins can be obtained from the following activities: resistance contracts, excluding item contracts. Dynamic event performance rewards can only be received once during the dynamic event period. Level 50 arc bosses and field bosses, 1-star co-op dungeons, and 2-star co-op dungeons. Now, fishing with event bait will also give you these New Year coins and Amatoy expeditions. So basically, anything essentially that counts as an activity minus a couple of minor activities will be able to give you the New Year's coins, which leads me to believe that if all of these are able to give you the coins, then in most cases, the price of a lot of these things are going to be fairly expensive. Now, event store, NPC, New Year coin exchange. The event shop will remain open until February the 12th, and this will allow you to receive the following items once you trade with New Year coins: the profile frame, Wisdom Seeker, the title, the Fortune's Chosen, emote, food coma, precious polished crystals, training dew, trait unlock stone, trait extraction stone. This is huge right here, honestly. Rare rune category selection chest, rare chaos rune selection chest, precious active skill growth book selection chest, precious passive skill book, as well as some quality stellarite. Now, apparently this time around we're getting some event buffs. Acquire New Year coins and interact with the event NPC, Lunar 25, for temporary event specific buffs. Visit Lunar 25 before entering any abyssal or co-op dungeons to capitalize on the following bonuses. Happy Lunar buff will grant you increased Silent, increased abyssal contract token efficiency, additional mastery efficiency, and this buff will not stack with attack, defense, hybrid combat buffs, meaning that if you receive this buff from Lunar 25, you will not be able to use your attack, defense, or hybrid combat buffs as they will not stack. So this is a one and done. Use it while you can. Lunar Lucky buff, boss heavy attack, and boss critical hit chance. Yet again, this buff will not stack with currency or experience buffs. However, it will stack with your attack, defense, and hybrid combat buffs. So essentially what they're saying is, if you get the Happy Lunar buff, you can't use any kind of currency buffs with this or combat buffs because this is a currency buff. This is a attack buff, so you cannot use your currency buffs. Now, notable updates. A new currency tab has been added to the UI. This tab holds currency type items across multiple gameplay sources, reducing the amount of items that need to be held in your inventory or storage. Existing currency items in player inventory and storage chests have been converted automatically to the new currency tab format. There is some updates to the party member list apparently. Numbers assigned to party members now update when the party member list is reordered. Field bosses. War mode field bosses now display a UI element showing each guild's contribution percentage that is absolutely massive. Now, Shadowed Crypt. The same chests that spawn at night on Saradama Island now also spawn at various locations within the Shadowed Crypt. Now, he just announced this yesterday, so it's pretty nice to know that this will be coming. Now, crafting NPCs in each town can now craft up to epic tier items, which is huge, making it so higher tier crafting is available in all cities. Thank you. Guild buffs. Added 3 new types of guild buffs, boosting weapon mastery, cooking and fishing experience, or offering guild member resurrection in a small radius outside dungeons and arenas. Guild buffs. Removed the standard experience buff from the list of available guild buffs, which honestly is not that big of a deal because it's not that hard to get to 50, so this was kind of redundant. Guild buffs. Adjusted the Solent and Abyssal contract token efficiency buffs to provide greater benefit over a longer duration. Huge. Dimensional Trials. Killing bosses in Dimensional Trials now offers the same boss loot chests available from the dungeon version. Siege. Future Castle Siege events will now take place at 8 p.m. or 20 for Military Standard Time server in each region instead of 16 at Military Standard Time, 4 p.m. PST. Rune system. Expanded the capacity of the rune bag to 300 slots, blessed be, because I always ran out of spots and I had to consistently do rune maintenance. Now, weekly reset. During this maintenance, the weekly content reset time will shift 2 hours to take place during maintenance windows. Okay. Now, the general character. These are updates to the broad overview of the entire game. Character. You can now edit current stats instead of fully resetting them. Huge. That is actually so nice. Allowing you to adjust the current values without having to respend all your points. Items. Food. In some cases, multiple food buffs from the same category could be active at the same time unintentionally. Now, only miscellaneous experience gain type food buffs can have multiple active effects at the same time. Amatoy Expedition. Fixed an issue that occasionally prevented Amatoy expeditions from completing properly at the end of their timer. Map. Removed the ability to track players from your friends, target of interest, and hostile list through minimap icons. Map. Added weather forecast to zone information on the world map. Arena. Purification stones once again work in arenas. Nice. Events. Tax delivery. Available times to schedule the tax delivery event have been adjusted to avoid overlap with certain dynamic events that could change the stats of the tax delivery golem. Cooking. The cooking recipe system unintentionally reverted to the multi-quality output version in a prior update. This has been corrected, and cooking recipes once again produce increased quantities of meals instead of different qualities when crafting. Controller. Gate of Infinity. Fixed an issue preventing collection of ranking rewards from Gate of Infinity when using a controller. Controller. Dimensional Trials. Fixed an issue preventing controllers from adjusting the dimensional trial when creating a party board recruitment. Spear. Gale Rush. Fixed an issue where the CC removal specialization would sometimes not apply when targeting allies at a distance. Another fix for the Gale Rush. Fixed an issue that could prevent Gale Rush from being used on enemy targets at slightly higher elevations than the attacker. Then we have a field boss Azrael fix. Adjusted a location that incorrectly retained peace status during war mode Azrael. Silas's Abyss. Adjusted a barrier wall preventing 2 piton points from being accessible for traversal below the Eastern Room. We all know what this was. I don't know where the barriers came from, but I'm glad they fixed it. Torture Chamber of Screams. Fixed an issue that caused Shadow of Screams to not properly follow players if they had been pushed with collision skill effects. Now, In addition to the general broad overview, we have a ton of UI changes that you are free to pause and read through if you actually need to go ahead and do that. Maybe there's something in here that you were looking forward to having fixed. Outside of that, this looks like more of a preparation update, because they do have another major announcement on the 28th, and it looks like a lot of this, especially the maintenance window change, was put in place so that when they do their big maintenance window to probably deliver to laundry whenever they decide to do that, the weekly reset will also take place during that maintenance window so that people can immediately jump in and have everything up to date. So without further ado, that is your brief update, which literally just looks like a preparation update as well as the event update. And hopefully you guys enjoy the event. Make sure you guys leave a like, make sure you subscribe if you're not part of the community already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy.